And we're live.
All right, thanks guys for joining us on our YouTube channel here at Another World. We are going to sit here and demo a game for you today, Fluxx. Very simple card game. It's going to take anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes to accomplish a simple game between 1 to possibly, well, it says here on the back, 6 players. I've personally played it with 4 people. I've had short games, I've had long games, mainly short. This is a great short time. If you're running late, you guys want to throw something together in the evening.
And it's always a riot.
It is a riot. It is a riot. It's a constant changing game. Very simple rules. And the whole game is actually based on rules.
Starts off, you just draw one, you play one, and each player starts with 3 cards in their hand.
This is what the deck cards look like. And you will find that rule card in the box. And that's going to start on the table. So
All right,
first we're going to deal 3 cards apiece.
So there's a couple different types of cards for the game. There are goal cards, there are action cards, and there are keeper cards. And the goal cards and the keeper cards in combination is how you win. So I'm going to draw one, and just to show, I have a keeper that I'm putting down on my field, and then I'm passing turn.
Okay guys, every time we're going to follow basic rules. So right now our rules are draw one and play one. I'm going to draw a card. Now along with the keeper cards, like Merc was saying there, we can play goal cards. Now what this goal card states is the brain, no TV. If no one has television on the table,
Which I do.
the player with the brain on the table wins. So here's a win con for you guys. So this goal card goes out on the table.
And it actually prevents me from winning as long as it's out.
Correct. Now, I've drawn one, I've played one, and now I'll pass the turn.
So we're going to go ahead, at this point, we're going to change things up a little. And we're going to play new rule, draw 3, which allows me to immediately draw 2 more.
Now keep in mind guys, rules stay on the table up till 4 rules. Then you must switch out a rule. So up to 4 rules can stay on the table. Rules will trump others. So in this case, this basic rules now is not in play because you're actually going to draw 3. So now we're going to be drawing 3 and you play 1.
And if he puts down another rule that's a draw rule, such as a draw 2 or draw all, it would basically replace this one. This rule card would go in the discard pile.
Correct. Okay. So Merc has played,
Yep.
has passed the turn. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. Now, here's even funner rules. As you can see, this is going to take our hand size down to 0. So you cannot have any cards in your hand at the end of your turn. So this rule, in conjunction with everything else, is going to get quite interesting because first we have to draw 3 and we have to play 1, but now we can't have any cards in our hand after the end of our turn. So I've drawn 3. I played 1. Now my entire hand goes to a discard pile. And let's put that discard pile, we'll put it sideways right here.
And since it says that it goes into effect immediately, everything in my hand also goes in it.
Correct. Now I will pass the turn. And remember guys, we're this is a slow-paced video for you just to learn this game. This game does go fairly quick, and it starts getting hilarious. There are some in here that, I mean, it's nuts. This game can get twisted real fast.
So we're going to go ahead and throw another new rule onto the stack, pour bonus. So that means that now, since Kyle has no keepers and I have one, he's actually going to be drawing 4.
So the effect on there, like Merc has said, it's going to take an effect immediately. So now I must draw 1 extra card. So now I'm drawing 3, 4, because I do not have a keeper card. And I can't have any in my hand at the end of my turn. So I must draw 4. And I must play 1. Sorry, over here. Rules get confusing. A lot of them get on the table real quick. Now, here's a new card. So here's your action cards. Let's simplify. Now it says discard your choice of up to half, rounded up, of the new rule cards in play. So half rounded up, I'm going to discard 2 rolls out of these 3. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of pour bonus and draw 3. These now get discarded. Now when you're done with your action card, it also gets discarded. So now I will pass the turn. And because it's the end of my turn, I must discard.
So at this point, since I really have no choice, I'm going to be playing a new ghoul, destroying the old one.
Now there are cards on here, guys, that say 2 goals can be on the field. It is a rule. You can have up to 1, 2. I do believe there's a card in here that says you can have 3 goals on the field at any time. So Merc's going to pass the turn. Now I'm back to draw 1, play 1 with no hand limit at the end of my turn.
I think one of my favorite scenarios that I've played is the hand limit 0 was out and the goal was to have 10 cards in hand.
Correct. This is going to go against my benefit, but because I had to draw 1 and play 1, I have to destroy the old goal and put this one into play.
Although I believe you discarded the toaster earlier, didn't you?
I did. So that takes care of this one.
So we're going to pick things up and go a little faster.
We are going to pick things up here.
So I'm now replacing hand limit 0 with hand limit 1, which, since we're still drawing 1, isn't going to change things that much.
Okay, so I'm going to draw 1 and play 1. It is an action card. No limits. Discard all hands and keeper limits currently in play. So there is no keeper limits and there is no hands.
Yep. Boom.
So now we're back to basic rules again. This game constantly changes.
And I now have the keeper time.
Okay, I will go. I now have the keeper sun. So I play 1, or draw 1, play 1.
Oh no. Squishy chocolate.
Now this will work in my favor, just like Merc had the television. I now have the keeper. So I will draw 1, play 1. You gotta be kidding me.
Back to me.
Switches back over. That goal gets discarded.
Discard your entire hand, then draw as many cards as you discarded. Do not count this card. So, discarding my whole hand, which is currently 0, and drawing nothing.
0. I'm going to draw. I'm going to play a keeper. Since there's no maximum limit on keepers yet, we're good to go. There are cards here that will limit the amount of keepers you can have at one time.
I have now lost my advantage.
Draw. Ooh, action. Share the wealth. Gather up all the keepers on the table, shuffle them together, then deal them out, giving the first card to yourself. Everyone will probably end up with a different amount of keepers. In this case, we have 4 in hand. So, quick shuffle. And I'm going to deal myself first. Merc, first, Merc. So I ended up
taken the party and lost the television.
Okay, now pass the turn.
New rule, play 2.
Now guys, remember, we're only still drawing 1, but if we do have multiple cards, we must play 2 each turn. So I will draw 1, because that's where we're at. And I have to play 2, but in this case I only have 1. I have to replace the gold card.
World Peace is such a nice stream. New rule, hand limit 2.
Okay, so now we can have 2 cards in our hand, but we still got to worry about play 2. Draw 1, play 2. Now, here comes a new goal. This goal is different. If someone has 10 or more cards in his or her hand, then that player
wins the game.
Wins the game. So now here's a different win con. Instead of having the keepers win the game, you now want to accumulate as many cards as you can.
Until Dreamland comes into play.
Yep, until Dreamland comes into play. Draw 1. New rule. Party bonus. Takes an instant effect. If someone has the party on the table, all players draw 1 card, draw an extra card, and play an extra card.
So draw a second card and play it.
Now, instantly, goes into effect. I'm going to draw. Milk as a keeper.
We got some sour milk over there.
Sour
milk and
milk.
the sun.
Yeah, it looks like a real bad morning.
So, I'm going to play action, zap a card, which allows me to pick a card up. And I'm going to go ahead and take the sun. I'm then going to play the eye, and because of the party bonus and the play 2, the sun.
Well played, my friend. I will now draw 1 and draw 2, and I will play 2. Oh, okay. Yep. I will replace the goal.
Ooh. Advantageous for me again.
Then I will play a new rule. Again, kind of like yep, we lost that goal, but it's a new rule. So it's a free action. Now, free actions can happen when they say. So before your final play, if you are not empty-handed, you may discard your entire hand and draw 3 cards. Your turn then ends immediately. So you can do this free action if you want to. You don't have to.
So I'm going to draw 2.
So now, guys, we are full of new rules. So if we drop 1, it has to replace 1 on the table.
I'm going to play draw 2 and use them. I'm setting my hand aside and then drawing 2 cards. I then have to play both of them, but I get to choose the order. This counts as a single play, by the way. So I am going to go ahead and do recycling first. So let's have that replace hand limit 2.
I do believe it has to replace a free action. So when the rules are actually placed on it, these actually say replace play rule.
That one doesn't say replaces, so.
Oh, I could be wrong. You guys will have a little bit of bickering
That's part
amongst
of the game,
how the game runs. The game does come with a full booklet of instructions to hash out the actual rules. Feel free to check this out. I'm sure it's available on the website. You can find it on Google. Actually, come on in, play the game with us. We'll actually teach you. We'll sit down, we'll read the rules real quick, and we'll get a quick game going.
So at this point, I'm then going to trade hands because I have to, giving my last card over to you. And
Alright.
then it's your turn.
Cool. I must. Yep, I draw 2. Nope.
Yep.
See? Yep. Alright, yep. See, this is where it gets confusing.
That's the fun of Fluxx. Play a game, have some fun, confuse your friends.
So I must play 2. I'm going to play a keeper.
Ooh. You actually play 3 because of the party bonus.
I may play 3. Correct. I'm gonna have to play 3. So we'll first play this free play random.
First play random.
First play random. Sorry. The first card you play must be chosen at random from your hand by the player on your left. So in this case, we're playing a 2-handed. Merc will actually end up picking the first card out of my hand. So we will have to take out party bonus. Takes instant effect. These cards are going to wash.
Well, hey, that means now you only have to play 2.
Correct.
Actually, it means you only get to play 2.
I only get to play 2. Now, I will go ahead and take that free action. This is my
That was
final.
your final play, though. It says before your final play.
Correct.
But it's cool, though, because now we don't have
Yep.
hand limits.
Now we have no hand limit.
So I'm going to draw 1. And I do believe that as a free action, I'm going to go ahead and discard the party, which allows me to draw 3. Play 2. So at that point, I will take music. And then I'm going to go ahead and discard my hand, draw 3 cards, and end my turn.
So now, just so we're all on the same level here, we are back to draw 1 and play 2. Just looking at the field here. Now, before Merc, nope, I'm going to go ahead and let Merc choose which card he wants me to play.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. I'll choose that one.
Okay, this one here is an action. It says draw 3 cards. So that is play 1. I will draw 3 cards. I now will make it a little more confusing for everybody. Now I'm going to play inflation. Takes in effect. Anytime a numeral is seen on another card, add 1 to that numeral. If it is 2, or if it's 1, it becomes 2, while 1 remains 1. This is in effect as a basic rule. So what we're going to do, we're going to replace the random.
All right.
Put that.
And I do believe you get to play one more,
One
or
more.
do get on with it. Well, no, you get to play 2 more, or get on with it.
Okay. I will play an action. it says exchange keepers. Pick any keeper, and I can exchange one of mine with it. So I will pick milk, and I will exchange it for time.
Darn.
Time now comes onto my side of the field, and because of goal, whoever is holding sleep and time.
And for those of you who were watching my hand, you saw I would have had it next turn had he not done that. That's the fun thing about Fluxx is I had the 5 keeper card with 4 on the board and a 5th one in my hand. So I was actually just about to take it, and he got it right out from under me.
So guys, that's the basic game of Fluxx. Like I said, come on in, play a game with us. We'll definitely sit down. We'll show you multiple games. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel there. We will be doing more game demos here. Couple of different games
Coming up real soon.
Here. So stay tuned and come join us in another world. Thanks, guys.